Well, no states have the right to exist. States have rights as part of their existence, but part of your rights means respecting other people's rights, and Israel's never done that. It's founded on ethnic cleansing, and it's been determined to steal more land and kill more Palestinians, more Arabs ever since. So, in the history of this term, Israel has the right to exist, according to Noam Chomsky, it really ramped up in the early 1970s. And that's when you saw the PLO, then under the leadership of Yasser Arafat and other Arab states, starting to realize that, okay, Israel's here. We're not going to be able to get rid of it. And so, to be pragmatic, we need to come around to accepting a Palestinian state and a compromise. So, accepting a Palestinian state is just 22% of our historic homeland, the West Bank, Gaza, East Jerusalem. You have moves toward this in the 1970s. And that's when Chomsky says Israel started saying, okay, if they're going to make peace with us, they have to accept our right to exist, which was a deliberately crafted term to impose on Palestinians and Arab states a condition they can never accept. Because if you're Palestinian, why should you accept someone's right to exist on your stolen land? I mean, we don't ask Native Americans in the US to accept the right of the US to exist, but we do ask that that everyone accepts that the U.S. exists. So if Israel had said, okay, we're willing to make peace with you, we just want you to accept our existence within our recognized borders, the Arab states and the PLO, and even recently Hamas were willing to do that. Hamas was never willing to formally recognize Israel, but Hamas was willing to formally recognize a two-state solution in which they accepted a very big compromise, just 22% of their historic homeland. It's only Israel, with U.S. backing, that's refused to accept its own recognized borders because it wants to steal Palestinian land and wants to deny them, it wants to deny Palestinian self-determination. So in short, this concept of Israel's right to exist, it's a carefully crafted, cynical statement designed to make it impossible for peace, because Israel would rather have supremacy and conquest than peace in the region. And by the way, when has Israel ever said we accept Palestine's right to exist? And when are Israeli supporters ever called upon to say we accept Palestine's right to exist? Israel already exists. It has recognized borders that it doesn't even respect itself because it steals more Palestinian land and now destroys Gaza. Um, but no Israeli has ever challenged to say, do you accept Palestine's right to exist, even though Palestine doesn't exist yet, and it's actually being destroyed right now. So just in that contrast right there, you have Palestinians and their allies constantly being implored to, attest, I accept Israel's right to exist. But yet no Israeli or no Israel supporter ever can come out and even say, I accept Palestine's right to exist, even in theory. As in practice, it's being actively destroyed. It speaks to just the huge racist hypocrisy that underpins that concept of Israel's